Hi guys, good morning. I'm gonna make cold noodles with roasted sesame sauce, and of course it is a healthy dish with salad and roasted chicken. So I hope you join me and let's start cooking. And here our recipe for the salad. We need carrots, we need cherry tomatoes. You can choose different colors if you want. You can use cabbage or lettuces. I want to put baby radish also, and some arugula. So if you have others like spinach, it will do. So it depends on what type of salad dish that you want. And of course we need chicken breast and noodles, whatever noodles you want, but this noodles is what I have, so I will be using this one. So as we go along, what we need to do is to clean and wash thoroughly our chicken breast. Make sure it is fully dried. Aside from chicken guys, you can use also fish fillet if you wanted to, or if you have beef that was left over, or a steak, it will do also. So but for me, I be using chicken because white meat is also best choice. We will be starting to marinate our chicken, of course. So the first thing we need to do is we have to put, of course, salt. So any salt, it doesn't matter whether it's Himalayan salt or what is it, but just be careful, don't make it too salty. And aside from that, of course, it is very important to put sesame oil. Sesame oil will make or give a very aromatic smell and different taste. And we will be also needing garlic powder. So garlic powder is also the best. If you have fresh garlic powder, it is also good. And also, of course, lemon, because you know what, that lemon will also remove this chicken or meaty smell from the. It also gives a different taste for our chicken. So we need soy sauce also. So I will be saying that use a dark soy sauce, but not too much, maybe just a teaspoon of it, because you already put the salt. Also we need to use ginger powder, just a pinch of it, or a teaspoon of ginger powder will do. And continue mix it and make sure let the chicken absorb all the ingredients. And of course, I'm gonna be making my very own dressing, which is the roasted sesame dressing. It is good for salad, it's good for cold noodles. So all you have to do is to get at least 4 tablespoons of sesame seeds, and you roast it into a pan or a skillet using a very low fire. Then after that, you pounded it until you get this very grinded texture. I don't have this big pounder. If you have this processor or you have a grinder, you can also use that. So since I'll be using a very small quantity, I think this pounder is enough for me. So you just need to pound it thoroughly, and then from then on we can make our own roasted sesame dressing. And once it is fully pounded and you think that the texture is already ready for making a dressing, then you can transfer it into a bowl or into anything that you can mix all the other ingredients that is needed for making the. So once you already done pounding, you need to add what we call a vinegar. This is a rice vinegar. So this is a very different kind of vinegar. And also you'll be needing light soy sauce. So you mix it together with your roasted sesame. And then aside from that, you'll be needing also a sesame oil. And aside from, of course, from that one, we will be needing a powder, which is the ginger powder. So just a little bit of ginger powder, maybe just half a teaspoon or a pinch of it will be okay. And of course, very important thing, you need to have garlic powder. It's better to use garlic powder, guys, instead of the fresh one. And aside from that, we will be also needing brown sugar, or white sugar will do, but it's better we prepared to use brown sugar. Just put at least 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. You mix it, and then your recipe for the dressing is ready. So our sesame dressing is ready. We just set it aside, and now it's ready for us to prepare our salad. So for my carrots, I usually use this kind of slicer. This slicer will let me choose the sizes or the thickness of the vegetables or fruits that I wanted to cut. So when it comes to my salad, usually if I put the carrots in it, sometimes I will cut it very thinly or slice it like just this way, and then soak it into cold water. Some people don't do that, but I prepared my carrots to be soaked in cold water and drain it before I put it and add it into my other ingredients into the salad. And aside from that, aside from doing that with my carrots, I'll be cutting my baby radish into very thin slices, or you may cut it into half if you want to. And the same thing with the cherry tomato. You can just let the cherry tomato as it is, or you can cut it into half. When it comes to salad, it is very easy. The only thing is the right combination and the right dressing. But the ingredients that you put into your salad is much better sometimes, because even though vegetables are supposed to be refresher, or like it's so a type of a light kind of food, but it still depends on what kind of ingredients you put into your salads. Sometimes there are some ingredients like can make you full easily. So yeah. And from my purple cabbage, you may actually use this cabbage or the other cabbage, or just plain arugula, or spinach or whatever. But the reason why I want to put this kind of cabbage is that it gives different color, and at the same time I like this different texture from this kind of vegetables. And I also recommend to soak this also in a cold water after you cut it, because so that you can release the extra color from the cabbage while you cut them, so that it will not give different messy colors to the other ingredients. You just need to cut it very thinly, just like the way I'm doing it. You don't need to, this is one more advice when it comes to using this cabbage into your salad. Don't put too much, or don't add too much of it into your salad. Okay, so you can also use these kinds of cabbage in a different kinds of mixture of ingredients. Actually, it's very, very, very refreshing, and the taste was really very different. You're gonna love it. I assure you. We have these leftover edamame beans. It was boiled yesterday, so what I did is I don't want to waste this food, so I just remove the skin, and I will put it together with my with this recipe. But this one can be omitted. It doesn't necessarily important to put this one. It's just I don't want to waste this leftover from last night. So you may actually omit. It is very optional, so it's up to you. But I'm gonna assure you that it will give a different taste also to this recipe. And now that my salad is ready, so they were draining, I already removed the extra oil. I am boiling my water for the noodles and heating up the pan for grilling the chicken, and of course boiling an egg. So the pan for chicken, make sure it is in low fire and you don't put oil, because our chicken has its own oil, plus I marinated it with sesame oil, so it doesn't need more oil aside from that. So just make sure to cook it in a very low fire and grill it. Just be very patient in grilling, okay? And aside from that, of course, while we were grilling our chicken, we are going to also cook our noodles. So with my noodles, I just boil plain water and put some salt and oil in it and put my noodles in it. So I don't want a very soft texture of noodles, so usually I just cook my noodles in around 2 minutes to 3 minutes, and I usually wash it with cold water once it's done, and I drain it. And I also needing four eggs. I boil it. You can make it hard boiled or not, a runny boiled egg. It's up to you. So once everything was ready, you just remove everything in the pan, drain your noodles, wash it with cold water, and of course remove the shell of your egg. And you can now prepare all your ingredients and put it into the plate for serving. So you can actually add a little bit of sesame oil into your noodles if you want to, or you can put some olive oil if you want. So when it comes to chicken, you may cut, or you can serve it as it is, or you can use some pork, to cut it into desired sizes, or whatever you want to do with your chicken. So any sizes is okay. Actually guys, this chicken recipe is good, or can go with rice, can go with bread, aside from the 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 recipe that I'm making today. And this recipe will not bring you nowhere. So it is ready now. Now we are going to also remove the shell of our boiled egg, and we may actually omit this egg, but this will also give us make our recipe a little bit more presentable. You can cut it into half, or you can just put it as a whole as it is. So you can at least put half only, since we have already chicken, or you can put the whole to half of the egg. So now we can start our plating, guys, since we're done. So the first thing that we need to put under our plate was, of course, the vegetables, or the mixture of our salad. So yeah, you can put a little bit of arugula, a little bit of the one that we cut earlier, and then we put our noodles, and then we put our chicken, then we top it with our eggs, and the last is our personal recipe of roasted sesame dressing. So I hope, guys, you will like this recipe of mine. It is a very healthy dish. I think for me it is only easy, because I like creating arts when it comes to food.
you can also see so many same ingredients in, in Google or in YouTube, but actually, but what my recipe become very different from them is that I do it in a very different way, and I want to I want to make sure that my food are healthy and not too salty. And yeah, and I thank you so much for, for following my channel. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my channel, and I'll see you next time again. Thank you, guys.